Well, Vava Tampa is the founder of Save the Congo, a group campaigning to improve the country's institutional integrity, and he joins us now from London. Vava Tampa, welcome. What do you make of this decision to ban Bemba and the other candidates from the forthcoming election?
Well, thank you for having me. This decision was expected. It did not start with Mr. Bemba or the 5 others. 3 of them are former prime ministers. It started with Moise Katumbi essentially being outed by the government, Kabila refusing to allow him to take part in the elections. And this essentially goes to show one more time that Mr. Kabila, who has been in power since 2001, who took over as president after his father, is not interested in organizing elections that would be free, fair, transparent, and inclusive. And those are the elections Congo needs in order to end the political crisis, the economic crisis, and the humanitarian crisis, which he started by refusing to leave power when his mandate came to an end.
How is the opposition likely to respond as we hear rumours of a legal challenge to this and perhaps even possibly a boycott?
Well, the oppositions definitely are going to attempt to do everything by law. And we also know that they are not going to be successful because the Constitutional Court or the Supreme Court is filled with Mr. Kabila's loyal members. So we know it's not going to lead into anything substantial. As a result, and it's because of those that Congolese civil society have been pushing, have been calling for a civilian transition without Mr. Kabila, his camp or his opposition, led by an independent civic leader, someone like Denis Mukwege, so that we can organize elections that would be free, fair, transparent, and inclusive. And those elections ought to be free, fair, transparent, and inclusive in order to end the crisis in that country, or else that country could explode.
I was going to ask you what might be the consequences socially and politically if large parts of the opposition in the country boycott the election.
Well, I mean, this is what threatens many of us. I mean, your viewers would remember that Congo has been at war for the past 20 years. The first 10 years of that war killed over 5.4 million Congolese. And what we have been doing, what the EU, the US, the UN, SADC has been doing over the past 20 years, essentially is to build peace and to build the state institutions. And one way of doing this is by organizing elections that are free, fair, transparent, and inclusive. Now, if those elections are not the case, what it's going to say to other people is essentially you cannot win in this country through the ballot box. As a consequence, the only route that remains of ousting Kabila and his family from power is by taking up guns. And as a result, many more people could die. This is why we are calling across the world. We are calling on everyone else across the world that, look, this is the time before it's too late. Come and join the Congolese people. Let's push for the idea. Let's support the idea of a civilian transition without Mr. Kabila, his opposition, or anyone from his camp, a transition led by an independent voice, Denis Mukwege, so that we can organize elections that would bring an end to the current crisis and return Congo to constitutional order and onto a path to democracy.
Vava Tampa in London, thank you very much for talking to us.